What's up guys, Cold Fusion here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. So, we're going to be playing through Echoes of the Fallen today. You can see it in the bottom right there. I think a while back when I just did a bunch of testing with the capture card I had a bunch of notifications popping up on the screen when I opened this game before, and I think it just gave a little bit of a blurb as to what content might be unlocked for me when I go in, because I have the DLC, and it tells me how to actually, you know, unlock the quest that I need. And in order to get that quest, I've got to almost beat the game and finish the two major side quests that give you Joshua and Jill towards the end of the game. So I should already have that because I have my final save before finishing the first fresh new game. I'm going to have to go in and change a bunch of my iconic powers and that because I want to mess around with it and everything like that. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to expect. Hopefully it's good. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in there. New items are now available at Corrin's Toll. A new item is available for redemption. I forget how low the frame rate is in this game. Frame rate is ass. It's really bad. Hopefully the brightness is good. One of the things I noticed when I was playing through the main game was that the brightness was very low in this game, even when it was maxed. So hopefully that's not an issue. Okay. So we got the cosmetic appearances that I can put on. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I mean, I could check it. So it says system. If I go to system, do I have anything new? Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'd love to get past that. At the end. Ah! Onion Sword. Taking up this radiant blade of gold and turquoise in one's hands invokes strange yet familiar images of four homespun youths on a journey to quench the coming darkness. So this must be from one of the older games. The older FF games. I haven't played the first 5 yet, so I don't know. Well, we're gonna claim it. It's just the Buster Sword. I thought it was gonna look different. Taking up this cold, unassuming steel in one's hands invokes strange yet familiar images of friendship and rivalry, love and loss, whilst the notches along its blade speak of hardship immeasurable. Sounds like FF7 to me. Sounds just like it. And an orchestrion scroll for Away 1987. A tattered slip of parchment upon which has been hastily scrawled several bars of music and the title Away 1987. The melody seems familiar, but the author is unknown. So it's going to be obviously the Phoenix theme, Joshua's theme, but probably in the style of the very first Final Fantasy game. So we're going to play that. That's cool. I didn't know he was going to be a literal Buster Sword. I've got to equip it, right? I've got to equip it. I've got to get the appearance for it. I'm curious how big it's gonna look. Pause. Alright. Okay. Ah, feels good to be back, man. Hopefully the audio's good too. It might be a bit loud. Or my mic might be quiet in accordance with the game audio. I'm not gonna know, really. Yeah, but hopefully it's not too loud when I'm speaking. Yeah, I know about that. So these are all the same, I think. So, burnt black, that's really cool looking. I haven't really messed around with any of these yet. I just know that you have the transmog system for the weapons. So that looks cool. Very Ifrit looking. Makes sense. Do I want to stick with a normal appearance? I mean, both look really cool. I might just go with the new appearances just because. I think I'll do that. Yeah, we'll go with the new appearances. Let's mix it up a little, alright? Jill's normal clothing. And that, again, both of those look really cool. Shame you only have one appearance for them, but, you know. Joshua has Ashen Grey. Looks really... They all look really good. Torgal, we have Icy Blue. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that, sure. And Ambrosia has more armor. Cool. And yeah, we can get the weapon appearances. This is one of the things that it was a bit of a bummer to not have off the gate, because my favorite looking sword design in this game is probably... We'll find it somewhere. It's probably Invictus. Just because it's the canonical sword design and it looks really good. It's a really cool looking sword. And it's a shame that it is so outdated so quickly in terms of its stats, because again, the one thing I would critique about this game is that not only are the RPG aspects weak, but specifically I don't like the fact that a lot of the weapons are just strict damage upgrades. I wish that there was a bit more... I wish that a lot of them were side grades, rather than just being strict upgrades. Because, for instance, you'd have a sword that looks this cool, and then you'd have a weapon which is like, I don't know, Levin Ball or Ice Brand, which just looks like there's too much going on. They look quite ugly. But these weapons are like far better statistically, so, you know. Look at this. Yeah, it says both the Onion Sword and the Buster Sword both refer to, they clearly refer to older Final Fantasy games, so this must be from one of the first 5 games or something. Because I don't remember this from 6. And the Buster Sword, oh, he even has materia in. What an awesome sword design, man. I don't know if I'm going to get more weapons in this DLC. Because if I do, I want to keep to those designs, right? I mean, let's take a look at it. How big is it? Oh, it doesn't even have the holster. The scabbard, sorry. It's just like the bust. It's probably a bit smaller, maybe. Or maybe it's... No, it looks a little smaller. Or maybe Clive's just taller. I assume Clive's taller than Cloud. But I don't know, the sword was even big on Zack, to be fair, so... And Zack's supposed to be like 6'3" or something. Let's play this. Oh, banger. Oh. Da da. Yeah, the one thing that I was hoping from the Game Awards, especially seeing as FF16 didn't get nominated for Game of the Year, is that at least it won Best Soundtrack. Fuck me, the music in this game was phenomenal. Soken killed it. So, I'm glad that the game at least got that. I wasn't actually expecting the literal Buster Sword to be a cosmetic option in this game. I mean, it might just be better in terms of the weapon. Gear and icon, sorry. Nah, no, oh, that's lame. They're both kind of shit. Goddammering's far better. Dude, they're really weak, actually. It's weak. Buster Sword's weaker than Invictus. So this is around, like, you know, the first, just before you face off against, before Clive basically accepts Ifrit, really, in terms of the power curve of the game. Wow, that's a shame. They're really shit. But yeah, stats-wise they're bad, but appearance-wise they look really cool. That's all we got. So, okay, so, I mean, I'm probably just going to skip this part because I've been playing on New Game Plus, right? And I've got a whole, like, icon setup and stuff that's a lot more combat focused than what I went with at the end of the main game. And I also have changed up my accessories and stuff, so I'm gonna have to completely adjust to a different style of play. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, right, so I've messed around with my things and I'm gonna have to get adjusted to them. I guess I should have a look at them, just to clarify. I decided to go with Shiva for the dodges and closing distance, just because Cold Snap was something I horrendously appreciated in the main game. It is really strong. I'm going to take Titanic Block, just because I like the blocks, really, and I want to try and rely on something that's a bit more skill-based. I don't want to just go for things that are just super OP, boring. I don't want to spam Lightning Rod, Giga Flare, what have you. I want to actually do something a bit more creative. So we're going to do that. Obviously, we're keeping Arm of Darkness for Zantetsuken, obviously. I'm going to use Heaven's Cloud to build up that, because that's just really good, and it's a good way to build it up. Will of the Wags just for a bit more defense, really. But what I really like to do is try and keep enemies in the air as much as possible, and it's probably going to take me a while to do that. So I would, you know, rely on Aerial Burning Blade into Wicked Wheel, probably use Mesmerize because you can use that in midair, and then finish with something like Upheaval, which could also be used in midair. So stuff like that, just to make the combos look a bit better. I'm probably not going to execute them well because it's going to take a lot of dexterity to swap things around and keep a mental track of all that. Yeah, I'll keep Wind Up just for the raw damage that it outputs. And I think, yeah, I just decided to go for more damage, really. I don't think I need to talk about much else other than that. I don't know what they're going to add in, so, yeah, okay. Let's move on, shall we?
Clive.
I mean, what do you have first?
If you're going to buy something, be quick about it.
Oh, I can buy this. That's new.
It'd better all be here.
That's the ending song, I think. Alright, there's nothing else new.
Oh, don't. Still alive, are ya?
Is something the matter, Karen? You seem perturbed.
Do I now? How clever of you to notice. But yes, something's come to my attention, and I'll be damned if I know what to make of it.
Go on.
It's probably quicker if I just show you. Here.
Some sort of crystal. Though, I don't remember seeing one that color before.
Aye, well, that makes two of us. In all my long years of trading, both over and under the counter, I've never seen anything quite like it. They're calling them dusk crystals, on account of colour.
I see. And they can be used to cast magics.
That they can. Just like their brighter, shinier cousins. Difference is, they don't last as long. After a couple of goes lighting your pipe, they crumble away to nothing. That's how I heard about them. From crystal traders moaning that someone's been flooding the market with dodgy goods. And after asking the right people the right questions, and paying the right price, of course, I managed to get my hands on a sample.
I see why you're perturbed.
I hope. Do you feel that, Clive?
Yes.
I'd act a bit more shocked if I were you. What the fuck is that earthquake? Is that where I think it is?
All right, lads, that'll do for today. I said that'll do for today.
Yes, Chief. Yes, Chief.
Let's get this lot back to town, fill our purses and then our bellies. What did you two do now?
Please tell us you bought another lantern.
Stay calm, both of you. Who needs a lantern when you've got one of these?
What's he gonna do to him?
All that work for a single spark. Well, there'll be no more sampling the merchandise today.
That sounded close, Chief. Really close. Really, really close.
Now, lads, what am I always telling you? Good things come to those who run.
Wait for us, Chief!
Fuck this shit. What is that? That's the title card, that's what that is. Okay. I think I know where that place is. And if you've played through the game, you might know too.
I've never felt a tremor this far inland before.
Me neither. But then, I'd never seen skies like these till a few moons ago, and it's been all change ever since. Come to think of it, the first anyone ever heard of these dust crystals was after you lot came back from the Dominion and brought this bloody weather with you.
Do you think the two things are connected?
Who knows? Could just be that with Drake's tail gone, the black market was running short of the good stuff. The Dominion's mines were the only source of new shards left in Storm after a certain evil outlaw decided to do away with the other mothers. And with the price of decent crystals going through the roof, traders turned to dealing in stuff they'd never have touched before.
The question is, who's selling these crystals and where are they? Wait. This color. They couldn't be from Origin, could they? No, that wouldn't make sense. I saw it form in the sky, and that was long after we returned from the Dominion. But if they didn't come from Origin or any of the other Mother Crystals, then... does that mean...
That you missed one? Aye. That were my thinking any road. Another Mother Crystal we didn't know about.
I'll speak with Joshua. If you're right about this, we need to find it.
And quick, I'd say. On account of which, I'll take this shard over to Tomes for you. Get him to give it a once-over, case it rings any bells.
Cool.
Right. Thank you.
And I expect you'll be wanting Jill's
Yeah,
help with
everyone.
this too.
Right again. I will. Let me go and find Joshua, and we'll meet you in the shelves.
Damn, what was that track? Bop. Chasing the Echoes. Quest quest destinations for Echoes of the Fallen are indicated with that logo. After accepting the quest, current objectives are displayed in the to-do list on the right-hand side of the screen. These will temporarily replace main scenario objectives. Prioritizing the Echoes. If you wish to restore main scenario objectives to the to-do list, you can do so on the Journal tab in the main menu. Why would I want to do that when that's the final mission of the game? Yeah, okay. Toggle, Joshua. It's been a while. You're going to die soon. We're all gonna die.
We need to talk. Karen's caught wind of something that I don't think we can afford to ignore.
Aye, that is troubling. Not least because the Undying made no mention of these dusk crystals in any of their recent reports.
So they weren't aware of them either.
Perhaps. Or perhaps they merely deemed them unworthy of my attention. Wrongly, I might add, for I am inclined to share Lady Karen's misgivings.
Then we'd better take her advice and consult Hippocrates forthwith.
To the shelves, then. With our combined insight, I'm sure we'll discern something of use, be it no more than a place to start.
Let's hope so.
There you are. I've taken the liberty of telling these two everything I told you.
Thank you, Karen.
It's hard to believe such a lusterless shard could conjure much of anything. And you truly think this came from a Mothercrystal? One we never knew existed?
Every other shard in the Twins did. Why should these dusk crystals be any different? Dim though they may be.
We know they first appeared on the black market shortly after Ultima cast Primogenesis, darkening the skies. So might the two be connected? Could the spell have created a new Mothercrystal, perhaps? A replacement for the ones we destroyed?
What do you think, Hippocrates?
I think there may well be a connection. Yet, if we are to believe that the original Mothercrystals were of Ultima's making, does it seem likely that he would have need of anything so palpably inferior? No. I hazard that it was not Ultima who created these crystals, but humanity. More specifically, our fallen forebears, whose wonders litter the land even now. Legend holds that the fallen challenged the gods in order to win their power, and came tantalizingly close to doing so. It seems only reasonable that they should wish to learn the secrets of the crystals which the gods bestowed upon them.
So they could make their own.
Precisely. You may recall that the tale of the sins of Zemeckis begins with the colloquy of the sages, a council wherein humanity sought to uncover the last secrets of the gods before waging their war to learn what little remained. It is perfectly possible that an understanding of how to craft crystals was among their many achievements.
Among their many achievements, prior to their fall.
Indeed. The same enlightened souls forged great and terrible weapons called the iconoclasts, from which icons derived their name, and turned them against each other in the Magitech War.
Nice
A
pun.
pointless conflict which served only to make its victors more confident of their right to supplant the gods on high. And when at last they ventured to do so, the resultant imbalance in the ether is said to have been so great that the skies themselves turned black and began to boil. The first recorded arcane sky, I suspect. Which brings us back to the matter at hand. It is my belief that these shards are the product of a long-slumbering Magitech Mothercrystal, stirred to life by a similar etheric upheaval to the one which accompanied its creator's fall.
There's only one way to know for sure. We track down whoever's selling them and find their source. Karen, where did you buy this one?
Down in Port Isolde when I was scratching around for supplies. Since the Imperials buggered off and took the tariffs with them, you can find all sorts of interesting stuff on the docks. Go and have a chat with the mercenaries guarding the gates. Your uncle's got some good lads there. You know when to keep a watchful eye and when to turn a blind one. Oh, and take the crystal with you. Might be your key to the underworld.
Thank you. I will.
Shall we then, brother?
I'm coming too. If there is another Mothercrystal out there and it's anything like the others, you'll need all the help you can get.
I was hoping you'd say that. One more time then. Together.
Alright. And the bop's back. So, I think that's pretty, I think it's pretty amusing that they're called iconoclasts. Again, that's a funny pun. But they also, they mentioned in, like, the lore books about Magitech, and obviously Magitech is the Magitechs are the armor sets in FF6, so that's just a straight callback to that. And that's probably what we're expecting, right? Machinery and stuff. I think that's what I gleaned from the trailer, from what little I saw of it. Yeah. I just want to note as well, minor point, hold on, this is quite loud, let me put something else on. Is this lyrical? I don't think it is. So yeah, one of the things that was a bit of a bummer from the DLC trailers was the fact that obviously the Leviathan DLC we expected, but I was wondering if we were ever going to get a Cid DLC, because not only could we get a lot more about his character, and more importantly we could see him in his prime, but it would be really good with fleshing out other characters too. Because, I mean, Benedicta doesn't get a whole lot of time in the story, and seeing Cid and Benedicta's relationship, like perhaps when he saved her years ago, back when he was Lord Commander for Barnabas, that could have been really interesting. We could have seen, like, how Cid's opinion on the Mothercrystal started to change, and how he started to become more skeptical of all of the stuff surrounding that, and how he had to break away from Waloed and that entire kingdom. And perhaps that gets him into direct conflict with Barnabas. So, and it'd be really cool, because you'd get to explore more of Waloed, you'd get to perhaps see, like, more of that area, more of that region. You'd perhaps fight against the orcs and stuff, and you'd have to deal with conflicts regarding that, and the political sphere that surrounds it. You'd get more for Barnabas' character, you'd get more for Cid, obviously, you'd get more for Benedicta, you'd get more for, what's his name, Otto as well. You'd get to, that'd probably be where the DLC closes off, where, because Cid, basically came to Otto's side when Otto's child was taken away from him, because his kid was a bearer. So, I shouldn't have picked this song, it's quite distracting, I'm sorry. The lyrics, let's just put silence on for now. Yeah, so I'm just thinking of a hypothetical Cid DLC where you could have played as him in his prime, where because the effects of the curse hadn't taken hold at this point, he actually uses his power a lot more, probably too much. And it'd be cool to actually play as Cid and utilize the power of Rama in Cid's prime, so it would have been interesting to do that. You could have even had a full-on Icon boss fight against Odin, which we didn't get in the main game. You could have included that there as a bit of, you know, consolation for the fact that you don't get in the main game, and Cid and Barnabas could have a conflict. Barnabas would probably win that, obviously, but still. I was just, that was one of the DLCs I thought they could have done, a Cid prequel, because it would have done so much for the writing, and it would have done so much for some of the characters and exploring the world building some more. Yeah, and they didn't do that. Unfortunately, we got this DLC instead, which I hope it's good, but again, it feels like it might be one of these just throwaway DLC inclusions, which probably wasn't necessary, when I would have taken something a bit more character-focused. Yeah. I will say, though, and we're not there yet, but the Rising Tide is going to obviously include Leviathan and Leviathan's powers. And I'll talk more about that and my opinions on it when we get around to it, because I do have some things to talk about regarding that and how it fits in narratively. But the one thing I will bring up, if that's set before the fight against Ultima, why isn't Clive using Leviathan's powers canonically? You know what I mean? We've just got to chalk it up to the fact that both of these DLCs are not canon. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's the case. Okay. That's all I wanted to say, so, which one is it? Is it Twilight? Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, hopefully the mic audio's good. It should still be above the game, but maybe not completely. I've got it quite close. Alright, so Port Isolde. First thing first, though, I probably want to go out of my way to practice the gameplay against some of the enemies.
What do you think that thing is?
Alright. It wants me to head straight to Port Isolde. Probably don't want to do that. We're going to go to Old Hill, because there's going to be some enemies we can fight along the way. Got an enemy here. Oh, I mean, I guess we can do it against him. Nice. That was a bit chaotic. And I don't know how efficient that's going to be, really. Probably not efficient. Probably not that efficient at all. Almost. I tried doing a down thrust there. Yeah, the game is quite loud, but I think I'm still good in comparison with it. Try and get this. Damn. It all sounded like she was getting fucking dragged to hell. Jesus Christ. Fucking god damn! Joshua just fucking shat on his body right at the end. Okay, okay. It's good though, it's a good practice, I need it. Again, FF60 is very similar to Devil May Cry, not just in terms of its combat system, but in the fact that its combat is incredibly eclectic in terms of its control scheme. Alright. I think the level cap got raised as well for this DLC. I think so, anyway. Buster Sword looks really cool as well. What am I doing? I could take Ambrosia.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Yeah, again, I forget how bad the frame rate is in this game. I know I harp on about it, but fuck, it's bad. For a game that was optimized for the PS5 on frame rate mode, you should expect something better than this. It's, at best, it's like 30, pushing 40, and then sometimes 60 in certain places.
Not bloody likely!
What was that slowdown for?
Fuck me. They're fast on their feet. What's going on here, I wonder?
What indeed? Let's ask.
You reached a pivotal moment in Echoes of the Fallen in the first quest. What do you mean? You will not be able to return. Well, I've got nothing else to do here, so yeah.
Excuse me. Who were those men just now?
Bloody troublemakers, that's who. As soon as I asked them to present their packs for inspection, they turned white as a sheet and legged it. I chased them all away from the gates, but they're swift as hares. Still, at least we kept the bastards out. Don't need their kind stirring up any more strife.
And what manner of strife have they been stirring up, exactly?
Hey? Are you joking? This business with the crystals?
Sorry. We've been away for a while. What's been going on?
Alright, I'll humor you. After the paltry rations the Imperials left behind dried up, folks started trading crystals out in the open. We turned a blind eye at first. Lord Byron's orders. Way he saw it, it weren't right to deny people the one thing they were all clamoring for. Till the dust started turning up, that is. Dusk crystals, they're called. Ill-favored shards that crack as soon as you look at them. Not that the folk who bought them by the bucket load knew that. And they were baying for blood when they found out. In the end, his lordship had to step in and ban the blasted things. And we've been searching the pack of every trader who's darkened our gates ever since.
I see. And you think the men you were pursuing might have been trading in these dusk crystals?
Why, you're in the market for some. Anyway, I wouldn't rule it out. In fact, I'd put a few gil on it.
We might still be able to catch them.
We might.
If you are heading up that way, you'll want to keep your sword handy. It's more than dodgy traders plying the roads these days.
Understood. We'll be careful.
If those men were selling dusk crystals, I think it unlikely that they will risk returning to Port Isolde.
Which means this might be our only chance of catching them.
So I was gonna say, the location I think we're gonna be going to is that door near Eastpool and Phoenix Gate. You know the one in that like little blighted area? There's that one like conspicuous door that's just there, and it's like fallen, you know, it's a fallen door basically from like a fallen structure, and you just have to wonder like, why is that there? Why is it so random and out of place? I think there might even be a comment from one of the characters on it. I think Clive says something regarding it. So it's like, it's so random. Unless of course it's DLC stuff. And we did kinda see a shot that was around Buick Bridge, and also had a shot of Eastpool before we saw those dudes mining for the crystals. So that's my guess as to where we're going.
Still some distance ahead, I'd wager. They were making a good pace.
There's another one.
Still no sign of those traders, though.
No. I just hope we haven't lost them.
These blimmin' tremors are scaring off all our customers.
The few that weren't scared off by the skies, you mean?
Perhaps one of those merchants has seen something. Forgive me, but did you happen to see 3 men in robes pass this way?
Yeah, I seen them. Poor bastards.
What do you mean?
A gang of nasty-looking brutes was on their trail.
Caught up with them just up the road. Screaming at them they were. Your crystals or your lives and all that. Only the daft buggers kept their crystals and legged it.
In which direction, out of interest?
Up that way.
Towards the Old Hill docks. If it's help they seek there.
Well, where else were they gonna go? It's a linear path.
They might find a place to hide.
Let's hope so. And then we can find them before their pursuers do. Thank you. And please, take care on the road. Come on. They're no good to us dead.
Lead the way, brother.
Turn the whole place upside down if you have to. They're here somewhere.
So the bandits haven't found them either. There's still time.
So, Lord Rosfield sent his self-swords, did he?
That poor bastard.
Right. Let's focus on finding the traders.
I comboed him so hard his fucking grandparents felt that. Jesus. Alright, where are they hiding?
We got covered.
We're not alone.
Hand over those crystals. Stay down. I'll be taking that sword. Who the fuck are you?
I'm the last thing you're ever gonna see, mate. I'm dead. Alright. Where are they? They can't... Maybe over here somewhere.
Stick 'em all!
Here we are. Here we are.
Go on, Timber. You can go on. I'll reach. This should be far enough.
What's with all the Geordie accents? I mean, I like it. Just seems to be a lot of them.
Chief? They've found us. It's getting so a man can't even catch his fucking breath.
Unless they got Gav's actor to do this guy as well.
Gentlemen.
I don't know. I don't know if they do that.
We understand you've been selling some crystals.
And like I told your thieving mates, you're not fucking getting them. So you could take your massive sword and shove it.
I'm sure I could, but we're not thieves.
Over here. I can smell the one who shat himself.
If you've got a plan, Chief. Tell us you've got a plan. Of course I've got a bloody plan. Good things and all that. Let's start again, shall we? You say you're interested in the crystal trade?
Not exactly. In actual fact, we were hoping to talk about this.
Is that all? Well, then I know just how to help. If you're after the short shifter, he's over here!
Are you mad?
Surely these guys should run.
Pricks. Clinkers on the ground, quick as you like.
Gentlemen, you've got it all wrong. Do we look like merchants? He's the one you want. Just look at what he's got in his hand.
Why didn't they run before?
Him.
Wait, I'm not.
Drats, we've been bamboozled.
Let us know if you need any more help.
They won't get far, Clive.
No. But they'll wish they had.
I'll carve you like a suckling pig and feed you to your fucking job.
Kind of you to think of him.
That's all I needed to do. Let the game play itself. I'm just gonna build Zantetsu off of you, buddy. Just let me have this.
That's it.
There we go. Straightforward enough.
Did you see which way they went?
North. Making for 3 reads at a guess. After them. If they reach the swamps, we'll never pick up their trail. There was something odd about those 3. They seemed less like merchants and more like...
Charlatans? One might argue that a merchant is naught but a mummer without his motley.
Then why am I not amused? Good.
I'd probably like to avoid most of the enemies if possible. Check that slime dude over there. What? What? How did you get there? Thanks, game. Just as I'm about to get on the chocobo, I get screwed.
What did you find, boy?
We're just gonna track them to that place where I said. That's what's gonna happen.
Clive, judging by the state of the ground, a lot more passed this way than our 3 charlatans.
Another group of bandits.
I doubt they'd leave this crystal behind. Regardless, we're on the right track. Let's pick up the pace. They wouldn't risk stopping at Martha's Rest, would they?
Not if they hope to pass unnoticed.
Then we'd better stick to the swamps.
There they are. There they are. Crabs.
Then think again.
That feels like so much more impactful with the Buster Sword. Just cleaving through the crustaceans. Hey boys.
Fuck. Persistent
How you
bastards,
doing?
I'll give 'em that. Friends, I knew those louts were no match for you.
But of course you did. Because you know what we're capable of, don't you? Now, you deal in crystal. Dusk crystal. And we want to know where you got it. So you're going to tell us.
Let's assume for a moment that we are the merchants you're looking for. Why would we tell you where we procure our stock? What kind of shepherd leads a wolf straight to...
Are they getting worse?
Clive, the tower.
Well, that's new.
That's impossible. Yeah, Chief. Do you think someone else got into the tower? Quiet, you daft sod!
And what would they find there if they did?
I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Echoes, maybe? Or fallen rubbish? I really couldn't say. The entrance is sealed tight. No way in.
And how would you know that? If you've never been there?
Look! Behind you! An Akashic monster!
If you think I'm going to fall for
probably
another
is,
one of
isn't
your
there?
cheap tricks.
Yeah.
Clive, trouble.
What? Oh.
Alright. Chungus time.
Wait, don't you dare!
I don't think Martha would appreciate that thing on her doorstep.
Probably not. Let them run then. I have an idea where they'll be heading anyway. This shouldn't take too long.
Come on, he's gonna charge. Ooh, that did a lot of damage, to be honest. Come on. Eat shit! Alright.
Well, that was ill-timed.
But at least we know what was chasing the merchants.
That's twice we've saved them now.
We're on a bit of a wild goose chase, aren't we? Not the most enthralling way to start a DLC.
I don't see anyone.
I've had enough of bandits and beasts, Chief. Can't we just go home?
And let those thieving pricks march in and take what's ours?
What's ours? Oh, no. You don't mean...
The dusk crystals, aye. Halleck, Marnik, we're going back to that tower if it's the last thing we do.
But the lights, Chief. What about the lights?
First you whine about it being too dark, then you whine about it being too light. Think about how easy it'll be to mine now.
I mean, they are headed to East Pool, so it's exactly where I said it was going to be.
And you're sure they're bound for the tower? When they aren't running away from trouble, they're running towards it.
Do you know anything of the place, Joshua?
Alas, not. I have seen it labeled Sagespire on some maps, but beyond that, the ruins are no different from any other fallen derelict. Another impenetrable relic of the past.
Not so impenetrable, apparently. Our friends plainly found a way in.
They could be living there, like we do in the Invincible.
Well, the tower is unquestionably large enough to hide 3 merchants. But is it large enough to hide what we seek?
A Mothercrystal.
It would go some way to explain why the area was among the first in Rosaria to fall to the Blight.
Then it's settled. We head to East Pool and make our approach from the dim. To think there could have been a Mothercrystal here in Rosaria all this time. The wars that could have been avoided.
Well, it's not gonna be,
Still
is
don't know
it?
what's in there, Clive. But whatever it is, there is a good reason it has gone unnoticed for so long. The tower sits atop a jagged ridge. Few have ever had occasion to pick their way through the rocks, even before the Blight swallowed them.
Toggle puppy, look at him and his little glow. What a good boy. Hello. What have you got for sale then?
How do?
Demon Tamer's Arm Guards. That's not new, I don't think.
There you go.
Oh, these might be new because I might not have purchased a lot of these Orchestrion scrolls in the base game. I did a New Game Plus, I think. It's just because they're so expensive, and then again, most things are pretty cheap and you don't need to spend a lot of money on them, so...
Fare thee well.
Who knows?
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashi jars.
I'm allowed to teleport. Yeah, I should probably do that. Yep, it's exactly where I said. Not that there was much doubt on that, but you know.
We had no idea what it meant.
Shouldn't we at least have warned them?
One of the things this game didn't capitalize on, though, is it didn't put you in a situation where you have to fight enemies in a blighted area, where you don't have the power of magic and your iconic abilities.
Goblins? What are they doing in the Deadlands?
Dude, Giga Chad goblins. Oh my goodness. Swamp goblins with fallen weapons.
I don't recall ever hearing of goblins using fallen relics as weapons.
Well, they certainly aren't welcoming gifts.
Clive, remember where we are.
No magic.
Yeah, there we go. Just as I say it. Good work, game.
They're even uglier up close.
So I can't use Burning Blade. Okay. Ooh. There's a lot you can't use here, actually. God, that's, again, this is why this is cool conceptually. You're so limited in terms of your moveset. But in a way that's very, very lore accurate. Okay. We're probably not going to get much of that, but that's exactly what I wanted in the base game. I think I mentioned that. Like, are we ever going to be put in a position where we have to fight enemies without magic? Because it was probably when we came through here the first time when we headed to Phoenix Gate with Jill, where it's like, it's interesting that they do remove your magical powers here, but they can't just do it for, like, an area that you just run through briefly and that's it. Because that just feels weird. Like, why include that? So, yeah, they were either thinking ahead of that, you know, like they already knew about that. They probably did already know, right? Because there's that door that was there in the base game that they had a line of dialogue for. So I'm sure that they prepped this DLC before. It's good that they did actually capitalize on that. That's really good. Really good.
Let's hope that was the last of them.
Indeed. I'd almost forgotten what it was like to have to rely on steel alone.
Clive? Jill? You may want to see this.
What?
It was open when I found it.
Someone was in a hurry. 3 guesses as to who.
Then this must be their way into the tower.
There's only one way to find out.
Alright, finally, new area, new content. Yep. The Sagespire. In Mountius? Mountius? That's a word I've not seen before. Mountus, I think. In Mountus silence do wintered spectres watch from on high, ever reminding us how far we have climbed, how far we have fallen. The Sagespire. Oh, look at this. Beautiful.
It seems somebody's woken this place up. The question is, who?
Well, I can tell you who it wasn't.
Unauthorized biometrics detected.
Someone's here.
Initializing security scan. Safety protocols disengaged.
I don't think that was someone, Clive. I think it was
And these people don't know about technology, so...
Either way,
like this.
It doesn't sound like we're welcome. Keep your guard up.
So they're gonna be out of the blue. What do you mean biometrics? What's that? It's like, Look at this, man. Ooh. That organ, man. Fucking hell. Anything that has an organ in it is just an absolute banger in terms of music. That's really cool. Do I not have a map here? No. Alright. New enemies, let's go. Patrol Unit MEG.
Intruder alert.
Think my powers have returned. You? There's ether here.
Woo! Getting to grips with the combat again. I mean, maybe some of these we have fought before, I think. Chest. Escapement bait. Okay. Something new. Good, 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 good. More of that, please. It is a accessory. Okay. Reduces ability cooldown time and restores a small amount of the HP regain gauge following a precision dodge. Effect potency is directly affected by the strength of the attack dodge. Dodged. Okay. Well, we're obviously going to equip that. It's good for the cooldown time. That's really useful. I don't know how much the effect is. I don't think it tells you, sadly. Yeah, it's a shame they don't tell you that. It's an RPG, man. Tell them about this stuff like that. Half-Flame. Some opponents will cast a spell Half-Flame to summon a magic sphere that protects a nearby ally by dealing damage to any who come in contact with it. So it's Will o' the Wisps. It's Will o' the Wisps, but for the enemies. It even has like the same effect, just with a different colour. Okay. Enemies accompanied by a half-flame can be identified by the 6 icon above their heads. The sphere can be dispelled by attacking it, but be warned, melee strikes to the sphere will deal Clive damage, so ranged spells are recommended. Like, who's gonna have it?
So now we know where they got their weapons.
Ooh. Damn it. Almost had that timing. They aren't pulling their punches. Well, they really shouldn't, so that's good. Gib's pretty loud as well, I did notice that. Let me just drop that down a bit. Hopefully that's better. I don't want to drop it too much. Hello.
Dusk crystals everywhere.
Well, that's one mystery solved.
But there's no mother crystal.
Yet. We still have plenty of tower to explore.
Uh-oh.
I know that voice. Come on.
Just keeping an eye out for chests, obviously. What is that? What is that? Oh boy.
Well, look who it is.
Fucking Giga Chad. You want to move, guys? Dude, he's scary looking.
Warning. Warning. Core defense systems engaged. Initiating sterilization lockdown.
What the hell is it talking about, Joshua?
Uh-oh.
Good things, lads. Good things.
Oh. Oh. Those were easy to dodge. Never mind. To be fair, I didn't do a good job at avoiding that one. They don't like to run, do they?
Hey! Over here. Take your friend and get out of this place. Now!
Let's go.
And while they run away, we do the fighting.
Assault mode. Oh, he has a dive kick. Already hitting pretty hard. Look at this dude! Ho ho ho. Okay. Oh, I buried him!
Nice try.
I hope you're able to keep up with this. That fight was fucking sick. Oh, and not too easy either. What an awesome boss fight to start with. Oh, that feels good, man. Living tissue. A knot of feather-like muscle dislodged from Sigma's colossal frame with a well-placed strike to the Sentinel's outer knee. And Fallen Enforcer. 390. I think that's stronger than what we have. Shadowy details of its make and provenance aside, attempting to explain why a blade so apparently blunt might be able to slice through hardened steel like a brand, through butter, would be like trying to explain why birds can fly or the sky is blue, an endeavour best left for bards and buckrights. Okay. What a cool boss, man. And if that's what we've got more of store of...
Security Sentinel 503 offline. Initiating emergency core relocation protocol.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was the heart of a Mothercrystal.
I knew that fallen thing was no match for you. Allow me to apologize for earlier. That was, ill-played. All born of a misunderstanding, though. Can we start again?
We don't need your apologies. We need answers. And you're going to give them to us.
I suppose you'll be wanting to know about the tower, then. As you've probably guessed, this isn't the first time we've been here. Fact is, my people have been coming to this place for centuries.
Have they now? To these ruins in particular?
Aye, well, they, talked to us, told us what this lot was all for.
And what is it for?
Well, believe it or not, the Fallen were actually using this place to make their own, Mothercrystal. Though, despite years of searching, all we ever found was shards.
Then, Harpocrates was right. It would seem that the Fallen did indeed acquire the god's ability to craft crystals.
I wouldn't go that far. The shards aren't exactly divine. They're not even what you'd call decent. But they're better than nothing, and nothing is what our people had before we found them. So we've been coming here ever since.
But these dust crystals have only recently appeared on the black market. What made you decide to start selling them?
The skies. Once they went dark, the crystals started growing back, till there were more than you could count. And with the mothers all cracked, anyone with anything that could muster so much as a spark had people queuing up to take their coin.
Yes, at a cost to us all. Quality apart, these crystals are no different from the ones the world has been using since the dawn of time. And it cannot continue.
No, it cannot. While this is clearly none of Ultima's doing, there can be little doubt but that it serves his cause.
Then our path is clear. So let's do what must be done.
Wait, you lot aren't thinking what I think you're thinking, are you?
Oh, I think there's a good chance we are.
But what about the tower's defenses? That thing you just fought, it won't be the last one. And the further you climb, the worse they'll get.
I hope
How
so.
about we head back to Martha's before someone gets hurt, eh?
That is sound advice, which I suggest you take before someone gets hurt.
Okay. So this weapon is better. I don't think it'll change the appearance. Not while I have my appearance set. Because it looks like it'll probably be a pretty cool sword. But I don't think I'm allowed to go back to the hideaway. I don't think so anyway. I'll just leave it. But it is better in terms of its stats anyway. Okay then, right, so before we continue upwards, yeah, I'll just take a quick break and see you in a sec. Alright, so we're back. I was just vibing to this music for a little bit because it's really good. Okay, so we just got off that boss.
Fallen built all this.
And we're gonna
The
continue.
knowledge they must have needed. Knowledge now lost.
I think it's interesting, right, that even with all this technology, the Fallen couldn't beat Ultima. Really puts it into perspective on how much power Ultima has and how much power Clive has specifically in accordance with that. So, based on power scaling, we should stomp this, right? That's not how it works though, is it? Oh, we have two paths here. It won't mean anything. It's gonna loop around to the same spot. This place is fucking gorgeous, mate. Such a good-looking game. If only it ran better. This is why we need a PC port. A good one, so that it actually runs at an acceptable
If this
frame
is
rate.
like every other fallen ruin,
Then there'll be a lift.
Yeah, there's no secret chests hidden on one of these paths, are there? Doesn't look like it.
open it upward.
Beautiful track. The lower ring. I just want to stop and look at everything, but I also need to play the actual game, so I shouldn't do that. There's a door there. What the
Any idea
fuck?
what those are?
They seem to be containers of some sort. Or perhaps...
Cages. Like some sort of twisted menagerie. But why here?
They're made out of ice, so cryogenically frozen. I wonder if we're gonna fight any of these dudes when they inevitably burst out. Fallen belt. It's a common item, so... Is it any good? Slightly less HP, which doesn't matter, because what does 2 HP matter in 3014? But the defense is higher. Another remnant of fallen ingenuity, unblemished by the passing of centuries. This belt is crafted from an unknown material with properties decidedly both ceramic and metallic, despite exhibiting the pliancy of treated leather. That it ever so subtly throbs in much the same manner as a living heart could, by some less adventuresome types, be considered cause for concern. I don't like that it's a common item. It just... seems off to me.
How many of these things are there?
Contaminant detected. Releasing subjects Alpha to Epsilon.
Time to bust.
Still alive. This tower is more than 15 centuries old.
Fucking sick, man.
Too slow. If they built this place to grow crystals, why imprison creatures here?
Test subjects, obviously. But again, they're not going to be thinking like that, are they, these characters? They're not going to be thinking like we do in the modern era.
That device. It glows just like the doors.
Development log entry 680925. Mitogenic reactor trial successful. 23 units of grade 3C crystal produced. Moving forward, all seeds fabricated from inorganic material are to be replaced with lab-grown organic specimens.
Organic specimens. So they were turning living creatures into crystals.
Oh boy. I'm trying to focus my every brain cell into doing combos. I'm trying so hard, man. I'm too locked in. That's the problem. I'm also looking around for chests, even though there really aren't going to be any here.
I doubt some of the creatures in these cages have been seen in Palestine for 1,000 years. Here's to 1,000 more.
Oh. Oh boy. Try and keep up with this if you can. It's just pure nonsense. Oh, give an attack. Hi. Jesus. Nourishment bit. Ooh, okay. So that's similar to the thing we got before. Escapement bit. Alright. Increases HP regain potential when taking damage while automatically restoring HP regain gauge. Let me think about that sentence again. Increases the regain potential, so increases the bar that you could regain the health, okay, when taking damage, right, while automatically restoring HP regain. So you get health back, or does the regain increase? I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna bother with that anyway. I'll leave it. Mostly because I just don't know what it... I don't know, it's not really that clear on what it does. Oh, fuck me. This looks like a dude from Lies of P. Oh, Christ. I mean, you look cool as shit, but oh boy, he's got a jetpack. Motherfucker has a jetpack.
Though it appears this incarnation can fly.
Oh, okay. Septatonics. Okay. Cool moves, man. Fuck you. Punch him in the cock. Yes, that's more of a mini-boss. He didn't have a full health bar at the top, so that's a mini-boss. Bombardment bit, another one. Increases will damage dealt using most aerial attacks by 20%. Also increases maximum number of stomps from 2 to 3. Or 6 if the ability is mastered. Holy shit! That's huge! I mean, it's not infinite enemy steps, but I'll take it. Yeah, but the will damage from aerial attacks, we're equipping that immediately.
And that makes 2.
Alright, so what are we swapping that with? Berserker Ring or Genji Gloves? So it's a flat 5% damage. I'm gonna put it here. The Berserker's nice. The Berserker is really nice. But, you know, I mean, we can drop that.
Yes, but of how many?
That depends on how determined they were to conceal their activities.
Another cool enemy. Another really cool enemy.
This is all too easy. If the tower is in control, why not simply disable the lift?
What are you suggesting, Joshua?
That it's hurting us.
Oh boy, look at where we are. The landing.
I wonder if any are still capable of flight.
Mid will want to see this.
Yeah, I assume they're gonna destroy this place or something, so that that is never broached narratively. We're just gonna have another boss now, and look at this place. Maybe not. It's quite an open area. Jump off! Intrusive thoughts. Right. That's... I haven't even thought about how good that combo is that I've just set. I haven't even thought about it. I'll explain it in a second. Ow. Right. So let me explain, and it might be better to go into the menu to show it. So what I'm doing is I'm doing Burning Blade when I'm in the air to lift them upwards, basically. So it's not quite a natural launcher, which is one slight issue this game has with its combat. And I don't often talk bad about this game's combat, right? but you don't have like a natural launcher like you do in Devil May Cry, where you like hold back on the analog stick whilst locked onto an enemy, and then you press the melee attack and it'll launch them into the air, and you can do this as often as you want. You need to jump into the air while holding down square to charge Burning Blade in order to launch an enemy up, which is a bit awkward, a bit finicky, and you can't really do it all that often, which is why it's not really a natural launcher, but it is still a launcher. So I do Aerial Burning Blade into Wicked Wheel to keep me up in the air as much as possible, right? And then you'll notice I'm basically setting it up so that I use Upheaval to slam back down with an AoE on the ground. Now that would have been good enough as is, but it's even stronger when combined with Mesmerize, because not only can I use this in mid-air, and it comes off cooldown really quick, does, you know, it's decent for what it is, but it's really strong because it pulls enemies towards Clive, and then when he pulls them towards him in mid-air, he then slams Upheaval down, which guarantees the hits because the enemies are pulled towards me. So I didn't even think about how good that combo was, but it's good, it's good. Obviously, it's not the optimal build. The optimal abilities is like Lightning Rod, Wind Up, Giga Flare for just raw damage. I mean, that's... yeah, like this is made mostly for the style points, and it's doing well, to be fair. So I'm having a lot of fun with the combat right now. That's because the combat is good. And the fact that some people think it's just a random button masher makes me wonder what games aren't button mashers by that standard. It's a really strange take. It's like, how are the turn-based games in the FF series not button mashers then? Because that's literally what, like, I'm sorry, every time you play the turn-based Final Fantasy games, let's be real, most random encounters you go for, you just hit the X button or whatever the equivalent button is to just mash your way through with basic attacks. It's always the same. You might mix it up now and again and add a spell in there, but that basically is what it is. And that's fine for what it is, for what that combat system is, but you can't lump this game as being a button masher and say that turn-based games aren't. It's a nonsensical criticism. It's like every game's a button masher if you reduce it down that far. If you're that reductive with it. If you're actively ignoring the depth that the combat system allows, if you're actively ignoring the skill expression that the game encourages, I mean, it's just so insulting.
Anomalous activity detected in Hangar Bay. Mobilizing Aegis.
We're being watched. Let's show them what we're capable
Uh-oh. My favorite enemy. We got two of these. Bottling it. Alright. Those enemies are annoying. I still hold by that. Another chest. What is this going to include then? Disengagement bit. What's this one do then? Indicates precise parry timing by temporarily changing the color of a target's display name. Increases slowdown following a successful parry by 20%. Does that mean it lasts 20% longer? Or it's 20% slower? I assume it increases the length of it. That's pretty neat. I just don't parry that much. Yeah. I mean, Genji Gloves is pretty good, because that's a lot of damage. 5% per hit is a lot of damage over time. I mean, we'll try it. It's new content. Fuck it.
Transferring Sentry Prototype AM2 to Stasis Silo West.
Uh-oh. A real boss this time? What?
We'll just have to hope those crystals it's sporting are as worthless as the others. Better not to think about it. Let's try. Titan!
Oh.
Follow the eastern side.
Right.
Oh. Trying to focus, man. I think this dude can instantly kill me. Okay, stay locked off. Eyes on me? You mean like the song? Oh god. Oh god. Ho ho ho! Alright, here we go again. Oh! I tell you what, I'm banking on the fact that those things insta-kill me. Fuck you! Fuck you! It's another cool fight. I think that can insta-kill you. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating. Aqueous Humors. Northern legend tells of a terrible winged creature, Angra Mainyu, who, having lost one of its eyes to the blade of an intrepid adventurer, spent the rest of its days weeping as it wandered the countryside. So bitter were its tears that upon striking the earth, they would turn the very soil to stone, a side effect that would both irk farmers, while simultaneously tempt blacksmiths with the prospect of what a substance might do to their iron.
Neural link lost. Re-establishing connection.
Imagine an entire war fought with these things.
The quantity of ether required to animate them all would be unfathomable. No wonder they were trying to manufacture their own crystals.
Unable to establish connection. Raising threat index.
It seems we've made an impression.
Perhaps the rest of the cages will open now.
Don't tempt fate, Joshua.
Forgive me, brother. They may not.
Okay. Pretty strong enemies here, I won't lie. Ooh. Music change. The upper ring. Boy, are we moving.
Is that living flesh?
I'm beginning to think this whole tower is alive.
Music, man. Hey, fellas. Finally starting to get an iron grip on this combat system again. Assailment bit. Another one. Increases rate at which the damage multiplier rises while enemies are staggered, as well as increases multiplier maximum to 200%, which was, what was it before? 160 or something? The battle technique double impact is earned upon attaining the multiplier maximum. Huh. I'm not using parries that much, so I'm gonna get that assailment bit. Double impact. Music's getting more hype. Much more hype. And as I say that, it starts calming down. Alright. It's over!
Did the tower make this as well? Or is it some sort of corruption? I don't know, but wouldn't you say it
They've
looks
got
oddly
hands.
familiar?
It looks familiar. Does it? Look at Chungus over here. Minotaur. I don't know if I managed to get 200% there.
Nice try.
Nice. I'm locked in, man. I'm locked in. I'm trying to focus. Yeah, it has like red colors when yeah, it just has like red coloration on the damage numbers. I think when it peaks past 200%, I can't pay attention to it because I'm focusing. So I don't know. Revivement bit. Improves limit break induced enhancements, good, while increasing HP regen during limit break by 50%, good. Also, if fatal damage is taken while the limit gauge is full, a limit break is automatically triggered, preventing KO except under special circumstances such as being in the Deadlands. Right, so if you can't use magic. Okay. Weird that they bring that up though, unless that's also going to happen again. I don't know if I'm going to use that though.
Initializing emergency subroutines. Diverting reactor power.
I think it's getting ready to receive us.
Ah, there's another one of those devices.
Do I want to use that now? I think I have to.
Development log entry 750501. Average improvement of crystal resilience 492% when biological core exhibits high ethereal congruity. Specimens with a congruity rating of 7 or below are to be sent to B level for military repurposing.
Waste not, want not.
Where are we going now then? Did I miss something? Oh, I could go down here. I didn't even know. What?
This might take a while.
Oh. I can't see anything. Who's summoning it? You. Damn it.
If all of this truly was the work of the Fallen,
Then they were closer to attaining godhood than we ever imagined. No wonder Ultima struck them down.
The worm mounts Orchestrion Skull, and I think that was a goblin coin. Well, this is a boss arena. Maybe not, actually. These are just normal enemies.
We built an army.
Not bad.
Secondary and tertiary firewalls breached. Code red. Code red.
We're getting there.
Must be close.
The robot's panicking. Oh boy. We just got topped off. Me thinks we're getting close to a boss fight. A big one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Hall of Elicitation.
There. Now's our chance.
Look at this.
Unauthorized entry detected. Primary core firewalls activated. Initializing iconoclastic defense system Omega-1.
What the hell is an iconoclastic defense system?
I've a feeling we're about to find out.
Yep.
And that we will not like the answer.
Oh lord, it coming. Lovely. It's a crab.
Core containment complete. Authorizing environmental sterilization protocol.
Well, at least we know where it is this time.
Quite. And if we want it...
If we want it, all we have to do is kill an icon.
So this is icon tier in terms of power.
Disabled. Weapons armed. Stand clear.
Yeah, the theme.
Nice try.
Oh, he is a zoner, I see. That's a bit annoying. Easy enough. Not bad. Second phase.
Please tell me it's over.
Oh.
Data assessment complete. Recalculating threat level. Weapon routines authorized. Rerouting core power to Omega-1.
It's gonna get stronger, obviously.
Not yet. And what makes you say that?
Okay. Let's go. What the? Look at this. We have gone to cyberspace.
Alright. I'm convinced.
Let's go. Look at this. What a sick looking boss. What is this? I didn't get to use it in time. Pantocrator? Oh god, what is it doing?
Do you feel the heat, brother? Seems like it still has some fire left in it.
Oh! What the fuck's going on? Dude, I'm fucking locked in right now. Come here, Mitch. Oh. He's moving again. Dude, this fight's fucking crazy already. Oh god. Oh! Woo! Yes, let's go! Alright, here we go. Dude, we are gonna try and block this motherfucker. Oh! Dude! It worked! I actually managed to get it to work. Eat shit, you robot twat. Block the fucking boys. Did that kill me? Yeah, I used the last elixir. Woo! Come on, hurry up.
Safeguards removed. Commencing dimensional compression.
Jesus, man.
Why can't I? Breathe? Because it's constricting all of creation. Well then, we'd better kill it quick.
Clive, we're running out of room.
Just keep fighting.
Trying, man. I'm really trying here. Barely doing any damage.
We'll make it.
We will.
What the fuck is going on here? Come on, hurry up! Yes! Woo! I feel like I was so close to fucking dying there, man. Dude, what a fucking boss fight. That's a god tier fight, man. That's incredibly good. I almost died as well. You know when he does the ultimate move? I used my last elixir finally. Which was the thing I had issue with in the base game. I didn't know how to get it to work. But yeah, it finally worked. The thing is, that means that I was casually avoiding that attack before, and I tried to do the same thing, but maybe they expect you to get away from it. But I went straight up in his face and dodged that shit. Close range, Giga Chad energy. Dude, first try as well, because that's definitely a hard fight. Like, I almost died once when he did his, dive attack, which I parried twice, by the way. Twice with a Titanic block. What a fucking fight. Seriously, that boss fight is amazing. That is so good. Oh. What is it with this game and boss fights? Why are they so good? I just need to soak in that for a second. Like, it's so good mechanically. I don't even know how to digest it, 'cause my mind is just a haze. That was really good. Ooh. 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 You probably wouldn't have even been able to hear me over all of the commotion that was going on, because I think the audio levels were really loud. So, okay. Alright. That was sick. Level 50 as well. Omega Nodule. It's like a common item. Fucking hilarious. Common sense would suggest that any metal taken from the corpse of a centuries-old construct, a centuries-old construct metal that shudders and quakes like a slab of freshly cut swine's flesh, should be given a wide berth, if not a hefty heave into some nearby lagoon. That said, legendary weaponry is rarely the product of common sense. So it's for a legendary weapon. Maybe? Whew. That fight didn't fuck around. The robot crab is dead.
Omega Control Unit. Offline. Initiating emergency core extraction.
We're gonna destroy it.
Would you care to do the honors, Clive?
Ifrit. Bring him out.
For what? I thought I told you to leave this place.
What must you ruin us all? I cannot let you do that. We need these crystals. They're all we have.
And just who is this we?
We are of an ancient tribe, one of the first to lose its lands to the Blight. For countless years, we were forced to roam the Twins. A nation without a Mothercrystal, a people without a blessing. So we found our own. The dust crystals provide us a means to survive.
Yes, but at what cost? Like all crystals, these shards channel ether. And where do you think that ether comes from? It's sucked from the land, as a leech sucks blood from a beast.
And what? You just expect us to believe that?
No, but that doesn't make what we've told you any less true. If this heart is anything like the others, it will bleed the twins of their life force, till naught remains, naught but death.
The proof is all around. What do you think robbed your people of their home in the first place? We are trying to stop that from happening again. And this is the only way.
Fuck me. You're Sid.
You saw what happened after the Empire lost Drake's head. What do you suppose they will do when they find out, as they surely will, that there is another heart hidden right here under their noses? Your people's need will count for naught.
Damn it. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice.
But you said you didn't believe him, Chief.
I don't. But the man does have a point. There's no keeping this place a secret now. And hanging on to these crystals will only get our people killed. Have it your way, then. Just promise me you'll leave my people out of it.
Stand back. It's about to get hot in here.
Indeed.
Search detected.
Oh, no Ifrit?
Warning. System overload. System
Doing that with a
overload.
Buster Sword looks so cool as well. I guess it's too dangerous to go Ifrit in here because it'll probably kill all these people.
Error. Core not found. System failure imminent. System failure.
I hope we did the right thing.
And all that was in there all this time. If only we knew.
We all saw the crystal's fate, but what of the cages? We barely even explored half of the chambers.
Without the heart to sustain them, I doubt those still slumbering in the tower will stir now, if ever.
I hope you're right. The last thing the world needs is one of those six-legged pests running around wreaking havoc. We have more than enough two-legged pests to deal with as it is. However blameless they may claim to be.
What? Oh, two-legged. Right. Sorry. I was just wondering what I'm going to tell the village elders when we get back. I suppose I'll just beg them for forgiveness, and when that doesn't work, give them the slip and lie low for a year or two.
You're planning to run away? Again?
What? It's got us this far, hasn't it? I mean, we may have had a bit of help, like.
Kind of you to remember. Will you and your people be alright?
Oh, we've made do without before. I reckon we'll survive. And if what you said is true, it's not like the rest of the realm's going to have it much easier. Besides, one man's ordeal is another man's opportunity, as the old saying goes.
I don't recall ever hearing that one, but fine.
Now, if you don't mind, we've got places to be.
We do? I mean, we do.
Thanks for everything.
I said we've got places to be.
Back to the hideaway then. Karen and Hippocrates will want to hear about this.
I was thinking we might first return to the tower and see if we can...
Back to the hideaway, then.
So, it's a good point. What else do we have? Defeat Omega. So, I assume you can't go back in. I'm just wondering if that's it for the DLC then, or if there's going to be a little bit more. Because this is paid content, and while the content in there is good... The Valhalla DLC for God of War Ragnarok was free and offered more, but... Don't get me wrong though, that genuinely, no word of a lie, that boss fight against the Omega robot, probably one of the best I've ever fought. Like, that fight was fucking triple S tier, so awesome. And it was actually tough too, you know what I mean? It's like, sure, there's a lot of it might come down to just being one shot in some circumstances, but there was a lot going on there, and that's what some people were, I mean, I'd say most people, myself included a bit, were pining for when it came to the game's difficulty. We wanted a bit more of a challenge. So, yeah. I can just teleport away, can't I? Ooh. Like I said, maybe there's more. New crafting recipe. And we could probably redo the fight, right? Hall of Virtue. No, sorry. Arcade mode. There we go, the Sagespire, yep. Let's have a look at this. I mean, it's a cool looking sword, it's fine. Probably better than a lot of the designs in the main game, I think. Let's disable the appearance for now. The Buster Sword has had its moment in the sun. Though, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of that in Rebirth.
Trouble with your gear, or something Fordian, do you?
Omega Weapon. Omega Weapon. Fallen Enforcer. Yeah, which we have. Omega Nodule, Living Tissue, and Aqueous Humours. 410. A blasphemous coupling of living flesh and synthetic bone. This relic of an age long forgotten shudders with that self-same vital spirit that animated the Sagespire's mightiest of sentinels. And when he looked upon mankind's creation, he saw himself. That's like a fucking Nietzsche quote.
It'd last you a good while.
Omega Weapon. Oh, and I could... Yeah, that's great and all, but unfortunately... How could I do that when I was,
My best work.
mid-mission?
You can thank me later. Anything else?
Check this weapon out. That's a really nice looking sword too. That's really good looking. Let's go back here, see if we can have a look at it in better detail. Looks really good, man. And then you have, I think you have Ultima Weapon in the main game when you get a bunch of stuff towards the end of the New Game Plus. I haven't got that weapon yet, so I don't know. That's a really nice looking sword. I really like the look of it. It's really good. Okay. Oh, jump for joy.
Back, are ya? So? Did you find out where the dust crystals were coming from, or what?
It's, a long story. And perhaps one better told in the shelves.
Bloody hell. Remind me never to go poking round in any fallen ruins.
Not only a mother crystal of human creation, but an icon as well. Truly, the study of our fallen forebears is endlessly rewarding. The wonders of which they were capable never ceased to amaze.
They came as something of a surprise to us, too.
You can say that again. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we set foot in that tower.
We only knew the old stories. Of a people so consumed by greed that they sought to overthrow the gods. And I'd hazard the thing we found in that tower was conceived for that very purpose.
Omega, the offspring of the Fallen's boundless knowledge and unchecked ambition. A dangerous combination for all concerned.
And Ultima crushed them. It was he whose secrets the Fallen coveted, let's not forget. He whom they strove to dethrone. Just as we strive to dethrone him now. Without their knowledge. And without their weapons of war.
Clive.
This power I've been given may exceed even theirs. But if I use it, as they did, who's to say things won't end the same way?
Come now, brother. I think the events of recent days have made it abundantly clear that we are not our ancestors. As well you know.
You're right. They made crystals. We destroy them.
In crafting their artificial art, the Fallen sought to emulate the divine. But that is not the path we have chosen.
No. We don't want to be gods. We just want to be free.
Well said. If one does not learn from the mistakes of the past, one is doomed to repeat them. And so, I mean to write down everything you've told me to the very last detail, that those who come after might learn from our travails, and perhaps, just perhaps, forge a brighter future for our descendants.
Done. Okay. And no experience for it, you twat. Dusk Shard. As if unable or unwilling to accept the loss of their mother, with the destruction of the Sagespire's heart, did all nearby dust crystals shatter and fade. Oddly, those far removed from the tower, however, do not appear to have suffered the same fate, including a particularly suspect sample Goots was gulled into buying on a recent journey to Port Isolde. They're not even what you'd call decent, Famiel. And that's, yeah, curiosity for Clive's Chambers. Anything else? Or is that it? We have new items. And a new missive. Probably from the other dude.
Clive. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Iconoclasm.
You're rubbing me blind.
Is that the theme for the final boss for Omega Weapon? Oh, it increases your attack power by 10% and your defense. That's good. A bit of a shame I had to use it, but... I mean, I had to use it at some point, right?
Come again.
Is that it?
Oh, don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
The worm mounts. Maybe that's just one of the ambient tracks. Yeah, this is the boss theme. Dude, this is a banger. It goes hard, man. Yeah, and it's got a purple marking to show it's the DLC. Neat. Dear Sid, I write you this note from Imperial lands. Yes, I know we said we'd be going straight home, but a little detour to trade the trinkets we'd picked up on our travels for some trusty gills seemed in order. Give the elders something to soften the shock of losing the dust crystals, like. Truth is, those crystals have long been a lifeline for our people, and though I may have been quick to comprehend your reasoning that they are naught but a tether to a sinking ship, humble country folk like mine are rather less receptive to new ideas. Wish me luck in turning them to the righteous path. Famiel. P.S. In the unlikely event that we should find ourselves driven from our home at point of pitchfork, I trust you'll spare us a bed or three. The lads can sleep on the floor at a pinch. Fucking banger, dude. Oh. What a cool DLC this was. Short. But a very solid package for what it is. I assume the Rising Tide is gonna be more fruitful in terms of the content they provide. Alright, we've heard that before. Alright, let's just turn the music off for a bit. Right, so when all is said and done, I suppose, that was a cool DLC. Again, it's basically one long mission where you're fighting not just enemies, you're exploring around, you get new items and accessories and that, new weapons, new appearances and stuff. It's basically all just a build up to fighting new enemies, new mini-bosses, new bosses, and Omega weapon at the end, which is, I think that boss, as far as I'm aware, might be the, like, the super boss of this game, and it would make sense, right? But, yeah, maybe that's all that's setting up for, and the Rising Tide is going to be more character and narrative focused, and it's going to have a lot more content to it, which is fine, I suppose. But yeah, this was a really cool DLC. Yeah, and like I said, it's like, who cares if it's short, and that boss fight at the end is fucking phenomenal. And after just coming off of the back of playing the Valhalla DLC for God of War Ragnarok, those are two really cool pieces of content that I got to experience, and it's the last thing I'm going to be doing before I play FF7 Rebirth, which will be the next thing you'll see. So I'm really excited for that. But when all is said and done, I can't say that for turn of phrase. Yeah, so when all is said and done, I'm going to get these edited, I'm going to get them out there, and then I'll see you when FF7 Rebirth drops in about a month and a half's time, something like that. Almost 2 months, really. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.